Om Stapakaya ca dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Stapakaya ca dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Avatar-varisthaya Ramakrishna te Namah Prasida Matar Vinayena Yache Nityam Bhavasnehavati Suteshu Premaika Bindum Chiradagdha Chitte Vishincha Chittam Kuruna Sushantam Jananim Sharadam Devi Ramakrishna Jagadgurum Jananim Sharadam Devi Ramakrishna Jagadgurum Padapadme tayo shritva Pranamami muhurmuhu. Salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme Incarnate, who came to establish Dharma in the world based on equality, peace and harmony. Salutations to Mother. We shall pray to her to show her grace to her children. A drop of her love is very much needed to enjoy peace in our life. Sri Ramakrishna, the teacher of the world, and Mother Sarada, Goddess Divine, we hold your lotus feet in our bosom and offer our salutations to you again and again. There is a special significance in the advent of Sri Ramakrishna and Sri Sarada Devi. Sri Ramakrishna came to glorify the value of renunciation. Sri Sarada Devi came to give us the ideal of womanhood. It was very much needed. The women in the world need to be awakened. The women were always in lots of troubles, sufferings, privations, miseries, never ending. So Mother has come to give assurance, to give hope, to give inspiration to all the women of the world. Every one of them has got a place in the loving heart of the Mother. Sri Sarada Devi is called as Holy Mother because of her wonderful qualities, both human and divine. Combination of humanness and divinity, a remarkable feature in Sri Sarada Devi. She has shown through her exemplary life that human life is a stepping stone to divinity. Human life is halfway towards our perfection. Her remarkable kindness, her extraordinary forbearance, and tremendous patience are ever giving inspirations to all of us. As the Mother Earth is well considered as the embodiment of patience, herein we see in the life of Holy Mother remarkable patience. Then herein comes the ideal for us. These great people are the ideal setters. Anybody and everybody cannot set an ideal for humanity. They have come to unite the people, not divide. The special feature of these great personages is to unite all the people of the world. So, we should look upon Sri Ramakrishna the Master and Sri Sarada Devi, the Holy Mother, as one and the same. We must remember that without the Master's grace, we cannot get the Holy Mother. Just as without the Holy Mother's grace, we cannot get the Master. We need both of them. They are one in two. The Master is veritable Narayan, and Holy Mother, Sri Sarada Devi, the incarnation of Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity. If we want to prosper, we should surrender to Holy Mother. Whatever mistakes, crimes we might have committed in our life, all these things will be forgiven if we but surrender to her. So we should pray to Holy Mother, the personification of purity, for strength, without which nothing can be done. We need strength. We need strength to fight the battle of evil. How much violence, crime are going on in the world, even today. In fact, it is increasing. Lawlessness, untold sufferings to the innocent people. Terrible. So we should invoke the Mother. We need her grace. We need her teachings. We need her practical demonstration of life. Everything will be all right then. If we study the life of Holy Mother from the beginning to the end, there are many points which bring our attention, which are to be followed in our life to improve our quality of life in this world. The world is full of misery. Nobody denies it. Even Mahatmas don't deny it. People are constantly suffering because of physical and mental maladies. Sri Sarada Devi soothes the parched hearts of people. She is called Janatapahara. Janatapahara. That is, she is the dispeller of the distress of people. Anybody who would come to her would be free from distress, would get remarkable peace. Once a woman of a highly respected family had committed some wrong through some evil impulse. But then what's to be done? Did she have to commit suicide? Is there no way out? Somebody brought that lady before Holy Mother. That lady was trembling with a sense of guilt. She was hesitating to come near Mother. She said, "Mother, what will be my lot? I am not fit to come near you in this holy chapel." But Mother was the personification of love and kindness. Her infinite sympathy and wholehearted affection gave hope to that lady. Sri Sarada Devi hugged her and assured her. She said, Well, why are you so much depressed because you have done something wrong? It's all right. But you have realized your fault. At least now you are repentant for what you had done before. Then you need not have to worry anymore. I shall take responsibility of yourself. Don't worry. I will see how you rise up very well in this society. Come along. I shall initiate you. Lay everything at the Master's feet and cast away all fear. The mother literally saved her from collapsing on account of some bad thing happened in the life. We have seen in Holy Mother's life how she suffered. She was aware of the cause of the suffering, yet she did not hesitate to bring comfort to anybody who would approach her as mother. This is the ideal of motherhood. Not simply begetting children and throwing away the children outside the window because they are obstruction to see the video, to see the TV. That's not the type of mother we are looking into. Mother whose heart is full of love, whose heart knows no hatred. That special quality of love is to be cultivated, realized in women. It is a special quality of the women. It is because of the tremendous love put into their hearts, the society is able to survive on. Otherwise, by this time, the society would have been smashed into ashes. Another thing about Holy Mother. Sharanagata sevaka toshakari. She is a giver of contentment to those who have surrendered. Contentment. What a precious thing it is. Can money bring you contentment? Can name and position bring you contentment? Anything that you find in this world bring more discontentment than anything else. Contentment goes with peace. Peace comes with contentment. That we can see in Holy Mother's life. In spite of all her hardships, how she was peaceful and contented. And she was telling, if you know the technique of surrendering yourself, then you will certainly get peace. Surrendering to whom? Surrendering to the Divine God, who is our very own. And Holy Mother gives an example. It was in Kamarpekor. There was a heavy shower of rain in the evening, and the fields were all flooded. Sri Ramakrishna was wading through water, was going through the woods. He saw many catfish scattered everywhere, and people were killing them with stones. Somehow, one fish moved round and round the feet of the master. Sri Ramakrishna noticed it and immediately said to the people around, "Please don't kill it. See how it has taken shelter at my feet. It is very good if you take it and put it in the tank." Then Sri Ramakrishna himself carried the fish and put it in the pond. Then Sri Ramakrishna made a significant remark. It is only if one thus takes shelter in God that one is saved. Once it so happened, one of the devotees came to Holy Mother. He was hesitating very much to touch the feet of Sri Sarada Devi. Then Holy Mother said, "Why are you hesitating? Come. You need not have to hesitate. Just surrender yourself. Everything will be rectified." So Holy Mother was like Ganga. She could purify anybody and everybody. She had the tremendous power. That power is on account of her purity in life, purity in her thinking, purity in her actions, purity in every way. She was a right partner to Sri Ramakrishna. Both were personifications of purity. Each one excels the other. That's the speciality of Holy Mother. So, she has set forth before us ideal. People nowadays are dashing towards ruination without any concern for ideal. Most of us have not set ideal at all. We are just moving in this world like vagabonds. Vagabonds. So we behave in a brutal way, no sense of decency, causing suffering to everyone. So, each one should put question to himself or herself how much he or she is contributing to the welfare of the society. Nobody is thinking in that term. All superficial, fashionable. So, Sri Sarada Devi sailed through poverty and hardships. She faced the life fearlessly. Self-controlled, generous, loving, truthful, patient, benevolent, free from pride and vanity. She was the personification of humility. Once Holy Mother came to Dakshineshwar with her mother. Those days it was not so easy to come to Dakshineshwar. There was no transportation easily available those times. They had to walk through 3 to 4 days of hard walking. They could reach the place. So by the time they reached the place, they would be exhausted totally. Once they had come, they stayed there a day. There was one person by name Hriday, the nephew of Sri Ramakrishna. He just abused them and insulted them. He was very rude, without any reason. Then Sri Sarada Devi never retaliated. It is not the sign of weakness. She was not afraid of that, but she didn't want to retaliate. She just kept quiet at the time. She never cursed. There was no trace of rancor in her heart. They just returned back to Jairambati. Then Sri Sarada Devi prayed to Holy Mother Sarada Devi prayed to Kali. Mother, if you bring me here again, I shall come. That's all she said. And later on, Sri Ramakrishna said to Hriday, what a blunder you have made. If you insult me, Sri Ramakrishna is telling Hriday, there is chance of saving yourself. But if you insult Sarada Devi, if she becomes angry towards you, none in this world can save you. None. Nobody. In fact, it so happened, for some reason, he was removed from the service, from the job which he was doing in the Kali temple. In this incident we see Holy Mother's perfect humility, angerlessness, uncomplaining patience, deep tranquility within, non-injury by thought, word and deed, and total surrender to God. All these things we see in Sri Sarada Devi. She was very courageous and she was unperturbed even under provocation. We have to be courageous in this world, otherwise you can't pull on. Courageous doesn't mean that you should become disturbed. So once, again to give an incident, Sri Sarada Devi was travelling towards Dakshineshwar. Some of the ladies accompanied her. It was quite a long distance, so they had to pass through a meadow. most of the women companions had walked fast. Sarada Devi could not walk so fast. She was walking slowly. It was evening. It was dangerous to walk all alone in the lonely place as the meadow, because there used to be robbers. They would plunder the travelers. Now it was complete dark. Holy Mother was walking along. Immediately she heard a voice. Who is that walking in this darkness so boldly? It was a very rough voice. But Sarada Devi did not become nervous. In her simplicity, she addressed that person who spoke that way. Father, somehow my companions have left me behind. Probably I am going in the wrong direction. Your son-in-law lives at Kali temple at Dakshineshwar. I am going to him. Will you please accompany me there? If you do that, he will certainly appreciate your kindness and you will be rewarded. Just at that time, that robber's wife came there. Then Holy Mother said, addressing robber's wife, she said, Mother, I am your child Sarada. You know my companions have left me behind. It is by sheer luck that you and Father have come. Otherwise I do not know what I would have done. These simple and straightforward words melted the hearts of robber and his wife. They at once became friendly and affectionate, and they took her. They showed all hospitality to her and took her up to Dakshineshwar. Such tremendous transformation took place in them. The poison of wickedness was just removed from their hearts by the purity, kindness and love of Holy Mother. That we should note carefully. If we maintain our purity, purity protects us. Purity protects us like the fire. Nobody can touch a person in any manner who is practicing purity. There is another instance. A devotee by name Harish, he was staying in Kamarpakur. On account of some family problems, he became insane. One day Sarada Devi was just entering her house. This man came from nowhere and he was chasing her. Holy Mother did not know what to do at the time. She ran quickly behind the barn, but this fellow followed her even there. She ran round and round that barn at least 7 times. Then she became totally exhausted. That fellow never stopped. He kept on chasing her. Now Sarada Devi had to act decisively. There is no time for doing anything else. She must act upon now. So she immediately took decision and threw him to the ground, pressed her knees on his chest, drew out his tongue and slapped him on the cheeks. The effect of that was that fellow began to gasp for breath. Here again we see how Sri Sarada showed remarkable courage and defended herself in a very dangerous situation with remarkable presence of mind. Another important feature we see in Holy Mother is purposelessness and laziness are totally absent in her life. She was all active. She was more active than all the worldly people today. People run to the office morning 6 o'clock, come back home night 11 o'clock. Holy Mother too was very active. But she was very sensible. We are active senselessly. That's the difference. Her activities started with meditation on God. Our activities will start seeing TV, seeing newspaper, or talking ill of others. Our day begins like that. And she would take her bath, do her morning devotions, sit for meditation for 2-3 hours, and then she was ready. By 7 o'clock she is ready for service. From 8 o'clock morning to night 11 o'clock she was continuously doing work. All sorts of household works she used to do. But without complaining, without stopping her spiritual practices, she did everything. Because she did, after remembering God, whatever she did became karma yoga. It always kept her mind in a very high level. So herein we find the ideal set before us. Another feature we find apaishunam, absence of backbiting. She would never tolerate talking ill of others. She would never tolerate. If anybody talks ill of somebody, she would just show her resentment. She would just express her displeasure. She said, if you are really aspiring for calm mind, never see the faults of others. Even in dream, why should you pick out the fault? Why should you feel that the people around you are all different, are strangers, they have no connection, they have no relationship with you anymore? Why should you feel that way? Make the whole world yours. In reality, none is alien to you. All are your own. It is possible to realize this if we cherish the same God dwells in everyone. If you cherish that idea and practice it, implement it in your life, then there is no room for any disharmony. So this message is particularly relevant to the present day world, which is ridden with suspicion, jealousy, rivalry and hatred between individuals, between families, between communities, between nations and races. Goodwill, friendliness and peace, all these are undone by this one evil of fault finding. Anyway, we know it is not good to pick out fault, but yet we do. Yet we do. We take excuse under the shelter. We are all human beings. Then what? Do you mean to say that human beings means from the date of birth to the date of passing we must keep on criticizing people? Anyway, we have lost the human values. We are neither humans nor animals. We are in that stage now. Well, another quality we find in the scriptures, it is mentioned, charity is extolled. One should practice charity, benevolence. There are 3 types of charities: gifts of food, life, knowledge and wisdom. All these are very good. Saving one's life is superior to gift of food. Imparting knowledge is superior to saving of life. And gift of wisdom is superior to all gifts as it confers final release. Here we see how Sri Sarada Devi unstintingly gifted wisdom to all who sought it. Those who had committed worst sins in their life, they would come to Sarada Devi. She was ever ready to reform them. She was always ready to help them, save them. Her grace was pouring down in floods. Once, one European lady came to see Mother. Holy Mother had not seen her before, and she is coming with a request. She had only one daughter, and she was dangerously ill. So she came to plead to Holy Mother, somehow to save her only child. And Holy Mother looked at her and she said, whoever it may be, let him be anybody in this world. If a person addresses God as mother or father, you are sure to be saved. But you must be sincere, not hypocritical. Now here, this European lady is approaching Mother, Sri Sarada Devi. And Mother is there to help everyone. She would say, it is true, by helping this way, personally, I may get lot of suffering because my body aches and all sorts of things occur. But I don't care. If I want to cast off the body today, let it go. Let it go in the name of Master. I have come here to do the Master's service, not for eating rasagullas or sweets. If we don't pay attention to these people, who else will pay? Who else will come? If parents do not give love and care to children, do you think neighbors will come and extend their love? So she is assuming that role. She said, Mother of the universe. And here is the example. There are so many examples. I am just taking only one or two because we don't have sufficient time also to deal with the subject in detail, and it's for you to study in depth. I shall pray. I shall pray for you and she will be cured. That was a great joy for that lady. She felt literally her only daughter was already saved. Then Holy Mother said, well, he gave one lotus flower in her hands and told that lady, you do just one thing. Offer this flower, keep this flower at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna and come. That's all you should do. The rest will be taken care of. And she did it. And then Holy Mother instructed her, now take this flower and put it on the head of your daughter. The lady followed that instruction. And the daughter was saved from the dangerous illness. Later on, Holy Mother initiated her into spiritual life. So Mother herself would tell the people the significance of spirituality. We are losing everything in this world because we are not practicing any spirituality in our life. Without practicing dharma, how can you expect dharma in the world? How can you expect people to be peaceful everywhere? How can you expect harmony and integration? Swami Premananda, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, he once remarked, see, many people come to us for spiritual instruction, but when we look into them, we get horrified. Because those people, they are not ordinary persons like us. They were all highly illumined Mahatmas. When a person comes, they would see, as in a mirror, what all inside that person. So they would just shiver. Oh, this, I am not able to touch these fellows. So what they would do? They would shunt them to Holy Mother. Please go to Jairambati. There, Sarada Devi is there. Please go and request. She would be able to help you. In one way, they are pleading helplessness because they say our power is nothing. Our power cannot burn all your impurities. There is only one power, that is Holy Mother. So like that, they would instruct the people to go and take refuge, to surrender. She can only digest the sins of all these people. We can't do that. Even Sri Ramakrishna would select the people. But in mother's case, no selection. No selection. Anybody, welcome. The doors are always opened. Welcome board is always there. Her home was a home of hospitality. That is how Sri Sarada Devi lived and gave inspiration to thousands of people. Sri Sarada Devi used to say, if I come in contact with filth, I only chanted God's name a few times and felt purified. And then she said, mind is everything. It is in the mind alone that one feels purity and impurity. The person first of all must make her own mind guilty, and then alone she can see another person's guilt. Does anything ever happen to another? If you enumerate one's faults, it only injures you. So, this has been my attitude. I can't see anybody's faults. If a person does a trifle for me, I try to remember even that. Once, devotees would come and they would offer flowers at her feet, and they would do all sorts of things in front of her, not knowing how discomfort it would cause her. But still, Holy Mother was a personification of forbearance. She bore everything. If that could help the person to improve his life. Sri Sarada Devi was also model, ideal setter in the quality of renunciation. Sri Ramakrishna is often called Tyagishwara, and Holy Mother is Tyagishwari. Once a devotee wanted to offer some huge amount to Sri Ramakrishna. He was a devotee and he felt something to be done to Sri Ramakrishna so that he may not have any problems. Why should he have to bother every month for some paltry amount for incidental expenses? This will take care of everything. Sri Ramakrishna need not have to bother about anymore. That was his idea. His intention was very good. And moreover, he was a devotee. From his point of view, it's perfectly all right. He offered. But what Sri Ramakrishna did, he simply refused it. No, I don't want. I don't want this, whatever the amount, even the Kubera's wealth. If you offer, I don't want. I am just contented with my Mother Kali. She looks after everything. That's it. No more. Don't try to force me on this issue. Then that poor devotee became very sad. He thought Sri Ramakrishna would accept it. Then he went to Holy Mother, thinking probably she will take, and that would help the cause. So she approached Holy Mother and began to offer the amount. Then Holy Mother said, "No, I don't want. If Sri Ramakrishna does not want, why should I want it? I don't need. Please take it back." Here is the ideal set before us. Of course, when you are working for the people, when you are doing service, finance is required. Money will not drop from the sky. Somebody has to donate, somebody has to give charity. That's a different issue. But the point is, inside our mind, we shouldn't be covetous. We should not aspire for it. Our mind should not be sold to money. Mind which is given to God must be with God. It should not go anywhere else. So we must take all precautions to see how the mind is kept under proper control. So I already told you about Holy Mother's special quality of, in Sanskrit word that's called Arjavam. Arjava means she was sincere to the backbone. And once Sri Ramakrishna asked her, well, he was asking Holy Mother, you know I have married you. It's perfectly all right. If you want me to lead a life in the way how the worldly people live, I am ready. I am at your request. Whatever you want, it will be done. What do you say? Actually, it's a test for Holy Mother, her character. She said, why should I drag you away? Why should I? I have come to help you in your life. This reply made Sri Ramakrishna remarkably happy. And Sri Ramakrishna said, because of this wonderful purity in Sri Sarada, I could maintain my spirituality. Otherwise, where would have been my spirituality? Sri Ramakrishna said, all glory to Holy Mother. So, let us try to meditate upon the life and teachings of Holy Mother with great Shraddha, and surely we receive Mother's love and grace, and we will get peace and joy and prosperity in our life. Thank you all. Anavavato sahanau bhunakto sahaviryam karavavai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. May the Divine Lord protect us. May He guide us. May He give us strength and right understanding. May we not hate each other. May love and harmony be with us all. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.